Hi, Melissa. How are you? Here we go. I'm setting up live right now. Oh, let me bring my mic closer to me. Close my door. And it's time to go live. Let's see.
I'm just
I'm
trying
just
to
trying to set everything up before I do this. Um, okay. So today we're gonna do this live,
and
and I'm gonna be painting this piece live right now. That people can bid on the right hand corner. It's only going to be $5 increments as I do this, and it's going to be fun.
And
And you guys can give me ideas on what to draw.
I'm going to
I'm going to go ahead and go live on Instagram as well.
Let's
invite some people from Instagram to this place.
I'm
adding a URL to my live on Instagram so people can come straight here.
So they
can join in on the fun. Okay. Live. Okay. So. Hello. I don't know where it's at. Come to SABET.com. I'm doing a live painting on SABET.com and a live option. So if you guys are just jumping on here, I'm actually live on SABET.com. And you can see my screen while I'm. Hey Bob, how are you? Hey, how's everybody doing? That's great. That's great. I don't have money to give you, but I can tell you to come to SABET.com to see what's happening live. Let's go ahead and see what's happening here. I hope people see this. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and do a broadcast anyway.
So if you
So
guys
if you guys are available right now, come to
sabet.com
SABET.com so you can see this live. Okay. So sorry I'm quiet, guys. I'm just kind of trying to figure all this out right now. And I'm live. And there's three people not signed in. It'd be great if you guys can sign up and sign in so you can participate in the auction. The auction is basically this piece that you see right here that I'm going to start painting. And I'm going to be painting this live digitally, and then whoever wins, I'll be printing it out and hand embellishing it, and then that's what I'll be sending people. So the auction you see right there, Dreamer's Dream, you can start bidding now from $5, and the auction will end in 2 hours and 45 minutes. So once the live auction ends, whoever is basically here is getting a chance to purchase the piece. And I'll update the image on the drop later. So if that makes sense to you guys, please let me know. Also, if you sign in on SABET.com, you can be able to chat with me and let me know what you'd want to see. So I'm just going to start doodling here a little bit and seeing where things lead. But that's kind of the idea is that it's about being able to connect with everybody on a real-time level and seeing how everybody's doing. There we go. We got some people signing up. My friends are like, why is he spamming? That's a test gone wrong. If you guys got a bunch of emails from me, it's just me trying to test the system. And my friends are mad at me right now because they just got 17 emails from me. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. You can delete everything. I hope this is a lot of emails that just came from me. Wow. So yeah, come in, sign up, sign in. You can bid on the auctions below. And this is really cool. This is my first time on SABET doing this. Yes, on SABET.com. I've done a lot of live events before, but this is the first time. Nice, Sage Rabbit. There's an echo in the background. There's an echo in the background. I wonder what is causing the echo. I'm turning down all volumes on every single device. Is the echo still there? Ash. That way, if I'm calling you guys by your names on SABET, that's because you're probably not, you have not updated your names. So come in. The auction is really cool. It's only a $5 auction, which means that it starts with $5, and then the bid increments are 5. Usually my bid increments are 100, but because you guys are here only for 3 hours and I want some people having a good time, I've turned the auction to only $5 at a time, $5 at a time. So that way it doesn't get out of hand too quickly, and everybody gets a chance to play. With that being said, I'm just kind of doodling here while I figure it out. My friends are going crazy right now, telling me that I just spammed them. This is wild. I just basically sent out like 17 emails because my automated system sends out emails. A mic needs to be muted. So let's see what's happening here. So this is muted. Maybe it's. Let me see if I can Is it better now? Did it stop, Sage? Oh no.
Good. I just basically broke the system, so I don't know why. That just the stream is still going on YouTube. Everything is live on SABET.com. It just went away. So let's go ahead and bring that back. Looks like everything is fine. All right, everything looks fine. Do you guys still hear an echo on my? It's live on the site. I don't know why mine just closed up for a second. Is my voice still here? I mean, is it still duplicating? Hi guys on Instagram. Come to SABET.com. If you guys are seeing this, come to SABET.com. No echo. Thank God. All right. I can get to drawing. All of these things get me a little razzed up because there's so much technology happening here. It's not even that complicated, but I'm running an OBS. I'm live on YouTube. I'm on my own website, and I'm live on Instagram. So all kind of separately, but coherent, like, all together. So Bruce Wayne's Butler. Let's see. So this piece right here will be kind of a little thing that I'll blend in all sorts of things in here. So let's see if I can do a little Butler. We'll bring his face in somehow. I forget what he looks like. I guess he could look like whatever I want him to look like in this piece right here, right? So Bruce Wayne's Butler. Voice is good, thank God. All right. I don't remember if he had a beard or not, but he was kind of on the older side, right? I think he had some hair on the sides. I think now he's really old. I don't know if this looks like Bruce Wayne's Butler, but here, I'm gonna sit up straight a little bit so I can look down on my piece. I'm gonna put the keyboard here. My desk is full of stuff, and if you guys don't know, I'm drawing on a pad right now. If you guys are joining in late on Instagram, make sure to come to SABET.com so you guys can join in on the fun. Mustache, he needs a mustache. Oh, I remember that. Okay, let's see. I think so. Let's see. I think I made him a little bit more fatter than normal, but okay, we'll do some cheeks right here. He is a little crooked because I was sitting crooked. Now that I'm up, I can see that he's not as crooked as possible. Instagram folks, please come to SABET.com so you guys can see this live painting, so you're not just looking at my face, talking to myself. We got Bob, Aaron, Georgia, Martin, Anthony. Thank you guys for being here. It's a lot of fun. So the idea is that we're doing basically bidding on this piece, and I'm only going to make one. even though it's a digital piece, I'm only going to make one of this piece, whatever it ends up to be. So the featured auction that you see attached to this right now is basically the actual auction for this piece. Eventually, once the piece is done, I will update the image of the actual piece. So once it gets certified and transferred to you guys, you'll notice that it's going to be what is that called? This neck is too thick. It'll be the piece that you get. So once it gets certified, it'll be this piece. So, all right. If he's a butler, I think he has a tie, right? How will it be delivered? It'll be shipped to you. So once you win it and you purchase it for whatever price that it goes for, the digital version will go into your vault on the website itself, and the physical version will be signed, hand embellished, and shipped to you. Let's see. What crazy? I stumbled because my friend in the video of the girl in the store. Oh, the Adidas store. Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing. It was wonderful meeting her. That was I think that was a year ago or more now. Feels like it was yesterday. Yeah, I meet a lot of different people when I'm out there painting and drawing. And I love meeting people, so I'm always sharing something new. That's what the videos are about. But really, right now, it's just been incredible being able to build this site and be able to have a place, have a home for my collectors. His tie is really short. I think his tie is going to be really short. Obviously, as you guys can see, I'm doing an ultra high realistic version of this guy right now. And he has a ribbon and sides of his head is white. Okay, so these would be white. Okay, we'll make him like a little, like unkempt. He's gained some weight lately, so. But butlers wear like a vest, don't they? Okay, we're gonna put a vest on him. This is the worst version of him ever. I'm wondering if you guys will. He looks like he's a school guard or something. All right, this is the way it's gonna go. This is how I see him, and that's what's gonna happen. So, here's Alfred, and maybe he needs to like be carrying something. So he's carrying. He's carrying a tray because he's a butler. And Bruce is sitting there probably in his bat costume in the cave. He's going to bring him a tall glass of wine. For those of you who are on Instagram, please come to SABET.com so you can actually watch me draw versus staring at my head. Let's see. A long tuxedo. Oh, he wears a long coat. Well, how am I going to put the coat on him now? All right. Enjoy your work call. Holding a tray with a drink and champagne. Yeah. So he's got champagne. All right. Let's see. He needs a bottle. Let's erase that extra line. All right, So if you guys got a lot of emails from me and you're members of the site, I apologize. For those of you who are not um, on here yet, please come over to SABET.com to see this live and bid on this auction. The brand should be a Batman brand. So he's got his own champagne brand. Because he doesn't make enough money being Bruce Wayne. He's got to do collaborations with Cristal or something. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, so I've been really busy. This was like a break I needed to take today because all of the work that I do on the site ends up being needed to be fulfilled. So I'm packaging quite a bit of stuff daily, and yeah, I decided to finally set aside time to come and do this. This arm is really short. Maybe he's carrying a briefcase. You know how like the president has somebody carrying his briefcase, so maybe he's got a briefcase attached to his arm. He needs legs. He's wearing this very fancy vest. He had to take off his coat. So maybe some buttons here. All right. So bid now. So there's already one bid on this piece. That's great. Thank you, Anthony. And I don't know if the Instagram folks know that to come over to SABET.com. I don't want to keep repeating myself either, but I'm sure somebody will ask on here. All right. Okay, so we got Bruce Wayne's butler here. Since we're going with this idea of like people telling me what to draw, I'm open to somebody else telling me what to draw. You guys keep the ideas coming. Yeah, for sure. You can ask me. Why not? I would love that. Yeah, I was definitely. If I kept going today, I would have burnt out. But I'm also feeling really blessed because the site is functioning. It's healthy. I'm grateful for being able to create something like this without the need for anyone outside of myself. SABET.com was is truly a miracle because during the NFT world, I was able to have a lot of these types of gamifications, whether it was going live, doing auctions, things like that, on different platforms, right? All right, let's do something World Cup related. I don't know a lot of World Cup stars. You want to give me somebody to draw? I'll do a little search. Who's the My son would know. My son plays soccer. Who would be a good person for me to draw? I would. Meanwhile, I'll work on making him a little bit more. This ultra realistic style that I've developed over the years, um, it's my own, and I've seen no training to be able to do this. All right, let's do Messi. I actually have some shoes by Messy. I have some Adidas shoes that are pink, and I love them. Everybody loves them every time I wear them out. Hey guys, on Instagram, come over to SABET.com to see the art live. Messi and Ronaldo. All right, so let's see. So we have. This is a digital tablet I'm working on, and I paint on the iPad quite a bit, but I also paint on this tablet as far attached to the computer quite a bit too, and this is a really bad Messi. But I see every digital thing that I use, every digital tool that I use is almost a different medium, and it makes me draw differently. The tools are limited on some of them, like this one, and he's got a little beard. I don't know why my work is starting to look like what is that called? That Beavis and Butthead right now, but we'll go with it. I think this program is really pushing my limits. Maybe I should bring him up a little bit so we can see his body. This is the cool thing about digital, right? I forget how to scale it. So images. I'm looking at Messi right now for inspiration. It's definitely a Messi. Let's see. They wear collared shirts. So let's put a collared shirt on him. Not all of the time, I guess. Sometimes it's a t-shirt jersey, sometimes it's a collared shirt jersey. All right. That's weird. Sometimes as I was watching, my screen just disappeared for the live. Why is this happening? All right. Maybe while I'm doing this, I need to let my programmers know what's happening. Let's see. All right. So here's Messi. We'll have to add a couple of lines here. I'm not sure what Messi's got to do with our friend here. So we have one bit in. I guess this piece is so incredible. People can't bring themselves to bid on this piece yet. So we'll see. So I think that's a little too big for the screen. I think most people don't know. I'm going to write come to SABET.com. If you guys are joining the Instagram, please come to SABET.com. I just had to pin that. So, are you guys there still? Because I don't know if this is happening. Is this still live? Okay, good. Good. Yeah, because my live window on SABET.com keeps disappearing, and then I have to refresh to see what's going on. I think I'd like to kind of shrink this guy down a little bit and see where it goes. But I don't know how in this program we scale. So this moves it. That's the cutter. I don't know. I guess that's not working. All right, let's add some other elements that are, oh, here we go. That's the thing, when you're in a program that you don't use every day, you forget some of the basic elements or how it's supposed to work. I can move it, but I can't cut it short. So let's put him, on top of him right here. So I set up the auction to be only on SABET.com right now, to be a nice drawing of a brunette with slight Asian eyes. Interesting. Okay, for your wife, no problem. Here we go. So yeah, I set the duration of the auction today only for a couple of hours, because I think the people who are here should be able to get a chance to get an original one-on-one piece. And another thing I can do is maybe make it available. Maybe the one-on-one is, by whoever wins the bid, and maybe make it available for people to purchase it as an edition or something for whoever that's here. But I don't know. I think the one-on-one is more exciting. Just being able to do the auction. There's so many ways you can kind of do these things. Kind of like these little characters on the bottom. Hey, ZA Art, how are you doing? Come to SABET.com. I'm live painting here and just kind of posting on Instagram so people can see it. Not yet, but we're planning on doing it as the site grows. There's almost 400 collectors, actually 500 collectors on the website now. I think once it hits, a couple thousand of my collectors from around the world show up, I think I will for sure do a meet and greet or a total event, maybe a SABET conference in California, or yeah, probably California because I'm from here. Here's our little beautiful lady. Yeah, I would love to do physical shows and events again. I used to do them before the pandemic quite often. And I think, having the collector base here, being able to reach everybody on my terms, would allow me to let everybody know. Yeah, it would be really fun to do dolls with these characters. I have a Stitch Bunny doll right now that's available on SABET.love. If you hit apparel up top, you'll see a couple of Stitch Bunny dolls. But these guys are kind of cute. They're more human. I like this pen because it's like a really fine liner. I don't know how if you guys can see what I'm drawing like on screen, even though this is so fine. Typically, when I paint digitally in Procreate, which is an app on the iPad, I tend to use thicker, bolder lines. I really do enjoy kind of filling up the space. I think most people on Instagram are coming by and seeing like what's going on. Okay. But these are kind of like digital meet and greets, and that's the idea of going live on SABET.com, is to be able to connect with people and hang out. Yeah, there was a while where I was doing almost on a monthly basis. I was at some sort of store, whether it was Mont Blanc or John Barbados. A lot of brands that I would deal with would hold activations with me showing up to draw for people. I did really like that period of my life. Started in 2016 till 2020 when the pandemic started. All right, the auction is happening right now. This lady's just hanging out with Messi like it's a random Tuesday. I think Stitch Bunny needs to be in here too. Stitch Bunny was created in 1999, at least the early versions of him. Or maybe it was it 2002, 2003. But he was really he was messy, like this guy. The lines were a lot more messier than they are now. Right now he's like a lot more refined and cute and kawaii, but he was kind of ragged back then. He was not looking good. But I didn't know any better. I was happy with it. Mm. Um, Thank you. My NFT projects, I had a lot of NFT projects. It started with me painting, so there was a lot of paintings. If you go to OpenSea and search Savet, you'll see probably about 20 or 30 different projects. Um, my main collection was the SABET collection, which was mostly paintings. And then there was a bunch of my character collections, like Tokyo Punks, Pixel Pop, um, you know, what else was there? There was Ugly Kitties, Bad Bunnies, Yokai. Man, I was nonstop. I think I had like 10 generative projects. Batman in a soccer outfit. Okay. Stitch Money Doll, super soft plush. Yes, here's Stitch Money Doll right here. He's just hanging out here. He's gonna be blue. Hmm. Let's see in the background. Let's work a little bit tinier. I don't know why Batman has these weird teeth. So he's taking the weekend off to play soccer on Messi's head. At least he needs his logo. When I was a kid, I used to draw the Batman symbol like all the time. It was one of my favorite things. I think we saw the first Batman movie at the Chinese Man Theater with my dad. I think that's the only one I've seen over there. So he's balancing the soccer ball. Oops. Changed my color. I should make sure this is saved. When you're working on an iPad with digital art, you don't need to save. It's always auto-saving. But this is on a PC, so all right. So we drew the worst soccer ball and outfit ever for Batman. Messi hasn't slept for a few days. Oh, his neck is so thick. I think people just coming and going on Instagram. They don't know what I'm doing. Hey guys, if you're on Instagram watching, come to SABET.com so you can watch the actual live painting. Yeah, the idea is to basically have a really seamless experience. I know that these past couple of times I've been going live have been, I've had technical difficulties. I think the worst thing that happened here today was that I emailed everyone 17 times. My friends have been sending screenshots still of how ridiculous that was, but it wasn't my fault. The system just kind of automatically sends live notifications to people. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 emails. Nice. I apologize. But the email works. Got 4 people watching. Let's say hello to everybody. Scarlett, how you doing? Anthony. That's it. Martin. Great to have you guys here. There's a couple of friends that wanted to be on the live. Maybe I can invite them. So when I was a kid, my whole dream was to be kind of like the next Hello Kitty. That was the dream. That's where all the characters come from. That was me trying to emulate the kawaii culture of Japan. And I even took kind of a little side trip of going on and starting a social network for character designers in 2005 called Mojizu. And I had 50,000 members on that website, which was incredible. But my partners did not think that there was enough potential for character design, the ones who had funded the whole project. And they turned it off. That was kind of hard to take. But I was able to bring it back just recently, again, a couple of weeks ago. I brought back mojizu.com. The word moji, believe it or not, actually comes from the website I developed nearly 21 years ago. And because there was no Moji or Mojizu or anything before that. All right, the auction is at $20. Sometimes I don't know where I'm going with this stuff. But that's the thing about digital. If you don't know where you're going, you can always redo it. And that's also the curse of digital, because I rather just paint over stuff and keep moving. If you guys are new to the site, if you guys haven't looked around the site, you'll see that there's a lot of different things happening. There's obviously daily auctions of a large original piece that I do. And that one is the one that you see on top with a banner. And then there's usually 3 edition pieces that are, I call mixed media originals. And the mixed media originals are high quality prints that I hand embellish and sign. The reason why I call them mixed media originals is that most of them are digitally painted. When you create a digitally painted piece, the only way you're going to bring it into the physical world is to print it. But it's fair to say that the digital piece is considered, its own medium. That's why then I hand embellish and sign the piece, and I call it a mixed media original, because every print is different. Some people call it a hand embellished print. I don't, because again, if the core of the piece was created in digital, the only way I was going to see it in real life was to print it. So that's my self-created title for my prints. And I make sure that they're all different enough where it does become an original piece. As in each squiggle and each piece that I put on there, that when I put my hands on it. Yeah, so this has to get printed. This is the only way. There's no other way of getting this out to you guys. If we were in the NFT world, no. I mean, I used to do these live paintings in the NFT world. We used to do auctions or sell editions. And all I would have to do is mint it and airdrop a copy of it. It was a lot easier. In the NFT world, people didn't want physicals. Nobody wanted to give you their address. Nobody had room for physicals. Everybody was moving around. There was all sorts of crypto events that people were going to. And it was hard for me to like really get used to it at first because I was a physical artist. I mean, I paint on paper. I'm constantly sketching. And when I meet people, I draw them physical items. So it was really hard at first. But then I got used to it. And getting into the physical world started to become like a burden at first. And since we didn't need to do anything physical, I became very, very spoiled. SABET.com really functions like what we're used to as an NFT platform. The ability to auction, to do drops, to do quick ways and fun ways for people to collect, and also then have that piece digitally be in your vault. These are elements that I really picked up from the NFT world. It's just the site doesn't have any blockchain attached. And the reason why, and I could have done that, I could have made this very NFT connected. I could have put this on the blockchain, this website, and each piece would have become a blockchain, minted on the blockchain as I would send, like, let's say I would send you the physical, but I would also mint it on the blockchain. The problem with that is most people don't know what to do with that. Most people don't know how to get in, how to get a wallet. There's safety concerns, and then for me, there's liabilities of dealing with the SEC, and my site have to get audited by programmers to make sure that it's doing the right things, and then the possibility of getting hacked and all of that stuff. And that's really not where I want it to be. I think NFTs are going to stick around. There's a resurgence right now. I just did an NFT project where I painted 60 or 70 pieces and did 7,000 editions that got sold to a Japanese group. That's why I went to Tokyo in March. Whereas there was 3,000 of my collectors now that had 3,000 NFTs, and they were really, really excited to actually meet and greet and for me to draw for them. One of them even let me draw on his head, bald head. He has a head like mine, and he let me paint on his head. You guys can see that on my Instagram. If you scroll down, you'll see me painting on somebody's head, which was, or drawing or doodling or whatever you want to call it. Where I see the digital is that there is going to be resurgence of art NFTs for sure here and there. Like right now, again, there is a whole situation happening where people are coming back. I think there's big project NFTs that are dropping, but at really, really low prices. Like, for example, $17 or something, $18. But they're being used kind of like a financial pump and dump shitcoin kind of thing that's happening right now. I don't like to get involved with anything that's speculative or a pump and dump. I don't do that. I mean, my whole tagline for the NFT world was art is the utility, love is the roadmap. And what that meant was don't expect any utility out of this other than the art itself. Because in the NFT world, they got a few projects early on came and said, if you own my NFT, you can come to my online club. If you own my NFT and I do a restaurant, you can come to the restaurant. It's like a membership card. And those things really pumped the value of the digital art, but it wasn't about the art anymore. I did my best to keep my work on the blockchain, mostly about the work, mostly about the art. And it worked. And that's why still today my NFTs have value on the secondary market. As a technology, NFTs can be anything, right? So the next car you might buy might be certified on the blockchain for safety and provenance to make sure, or every service that happens on it gets put on the blockchain and as an NFT, as a non-fungible token, so people can see how many times you've actually serviced it. So you can't fake it. You can't make those files up. You can't print out fake receipts. What would you have to do in order to be as great as historical? You get me? Because anyone can draw. So how can you differentiate to be that big? Like reduce art making or... Ash, I don't know that secret. I mean, all I know is that I get to paint and do what I want to do and do what I love to do and draw and be silly and whatever else. And if a lot of people connect with it, you can be at certain levels of fame or whatever. But I've definitely never chased fame on for this purpose. Like I think it's cool. Maybe when I was younger, I would have wanted it to be that like that, and I would search like how did Picasso get famous without the internet or Instagram. But you could say maybe comparatively, there's more people that know of my work than Picasso back in his day, right? Before he was global or something, and where he was trying to come up. But I've also learned that I don't need to be famous to make a living as an artist. My art has been in auction houses globally. I've showcased everywhere. Even today as we talk, my artwork is sitting on top of 5,000 cabs right now being showcased on this mobile gallery, 5,000 New York cabs. If you're in New York, you might be able to actually catch them on a what do you call it? I just dropped my watch. I hope I didn't break it. You can possibly catch my artwork on cabs. You can catch it on screens and displays around the world right now. I post some of them online. You guys can see them if you go to my Instagram. I think I put a couple of pictures of the cabs and also some of the billboards around Belgium and a few other countries. But so I've kind of gotten all the accolades and the way I want it to be seen. So for me, it's really about being able to just go back to what I loved about, again, in the NFT world. I keep bringing up the NFT world is to be able to have this kind of interaction with our collectors. We didn't have that before, and we really don't have it after. If you look at Instagram or any other platform, we don't really have a way of knowing who's really collecting the work, who's really connecting with our work. But we did in NFTs. In NFTs, there was multiple ways of connecting with people that were collecting your work. They would reach out, whether it was on Twitter or Clubhouse, which was a huge deal at the time. That was the best part of being that way. and there was a little bit of fame there. I mean, there was like a whole era where we would be in New York or Miami, and I would get bombarded. Like 100, 200 people would surround me so I can draw for them, and it was a lot of fun. Um, Spoke on stages, did a lot of that stuff. But at the end of the day, it comes back to really doing this. It's about the real reactions and connections to the collectors and making friends with everybody. And fame and glory and all of that stuff fades. Even the money fades, right? So it's about this. This is what it's about. This moment right here. And will I ever be regarded as famous as Picasso? I don't know if I really care. Um, but when I did collaboration with Mont Blanc for 4 years, I ended up in one of their big art books. It's called Inspire Writing by Mont Blanc. And, because I was on their collaborative team for so long, I got to do a piece in that, and it's in the book, a full page of my art. And my page sits in a section called Strokes of Genius, and it's a full page of Love Script, which is this language that I write, but it's prettier with the Japanese brush. And it ended up between the pages. My page was between Frida Kahlo and Ernest Hemingway under Strokes of Genius, which made me cry, because like to be seen in that light is truly something incredible. Like, I think I cried for like half an hour when that was happening. And that's really what it's all about. It's about connecting. It's about really making an impact. And while NFTs were happening, and as I was doing really, really well, I wanted to get back right away. So educating other artists and building a community of artists around me and helping them and showcasing their work. I had a global annual show called Stratosphere where I showcased, I think, about 1,000 artists every year. And I was able to get big companies like Coinbase or Samsung, or I think one year was a huge company in China, which the show cost $3 million to just showcase, to rent a huge gallery and 500 screens to showcase all these artists. So that's really the amazing part of how all of this was functioning and working. Um, but yeah, there is in 2016, funny story about Picasso is in 2016 my friend was talking about Picasso a lot while I was painting, and he was supposed to be filming me. That's where he was supposed to be. I was winning and tried to increase the piece. This is minimum bid 3,500. Where is the 3,500? Which one are you looking at? Which piece? I don't think there's any piece that's 3,500. It's $35, but not 3,500. Northern. I see 35. Okay, let me check that on the project. I'm checking it right now. It's not 3,500. It's 35.00. Yeah, I just tried to bid. So I put max of 40 and it won't take it. Huh. Did you try to bid 35 and it wouldn't take it either? Interesting. Let me ask my developer. Huh. Are you, you're, well, you're the, I think you're the highest bidder right now. Martin, and I think that's you already. That's you. You're the highest bidder right now at 30. Nobody's beat you yet. Yeah, so funny story about Picasso. In 2016, my friend was sitting there and he was supposed to be filming me, and he kept talking about Picasso and stuff, and I got frustrated because he wasn't filming. He was supposed to be filming. And I'm like, dude, Picasso is dead. Take your camera out. You're supposed to be filming me right now because that's why you're here. He's a film guy. And I was paying him to do this video. And that became kind of a joke that Picasso is dead anytime somebody talks about Picasso. So if you go to picassoisdead.com, you get to my site. So I own the domain name picassoisdead.com. Just so you guys know, that's kind of a little thing that I've had for over 10 years. And I was going to do a project called Picasso is Dead, but I didn't want to deal with the Picasso estate coming after me for using his name. So I just used the domain. I was going to do a project called Pablo's Girls by SABET. Pablo Picasso. So Pablo's Girls by SABET on picassoisdead.com. And the idea was to take every single lover and woman and person he was with, because he didn't treat women so well. The idea was, and sometimes he painted them in these really crass ways when they pissed him off, or things weren't working out with him. He would paint them in a really shitty way. So I was like, I want to do Pablo's Girls. So any of the women that he was with, I was going to paint them in this love and light kind of situation. And yeah, I never did that project, like Francois and his wives and things like that, just because, again, I didn't want to use his name for profit, and I also didn't want to get in trouble with the estate, because they can get pretty litigious for using other people's names. But it was going to be a very positive and loving kind of collection, since I already had the domain. So if you go there, you'll probably see it. It says it, and I was not able to send the screenshot. Sorry, not sure. Did you figure it out? For me here, it says you're the leading bid. So I don't know. I think it's working. Let's see. There should be a manual bid action. Yeah, everybody will sue for nothing, right? They're like, oh, you made money because you sold editions of whatever, and the name of the project is Picasso is Dead. Therefore, you profited from Picasso's legacy. And I was like, you know what? Let's just leave Picasso where he belongs. And I left it alone. But I still have the domain, so whenever somebody says, Picasso, I said picassoisdead.com. And you can still go to my website, which is SABET. So you are all good. I think you're the leading bid, right? Northern? Not sure. If you guys are on Instagram, please come to SABET.com so you can see this live painting and sign up so you can bid. There's also other pieces on the site today that are at $1. Somebody actually won a piece at $1 2 days ago. She was the highest bidder. Yeah, right now the bids are $2. Ash has got $2 bids on everything. You might actually win it because somebody else did the other day. So yeah. Yeah, I try not to imitate. Tells you a minimum of 3,500. That's really strange. Is it 3,500 or is it 35.00? Okay, I'm checking on that for you. It updated to 30, so it's normal now? It's working for you? I'm working on it right now. I'm having the development team fix it while we talk. No, but someone has a. Oh, I see what's going on. So what's happening is that somebody actually has a proxy bid of 3,500 on this piece, which means that they're willing to spend up to $3,500 for it. Which is interesting. So anything below 3,500 would actually displace the current leader. So the system blocks to prevent wasted bids. After 3,500, it goes back to $5 increments. So it works. So you can bid $35 now. I think somebody's got a bid out there for about 3,500 for this piece. So I think that's what's happening, Ash. I'm not sure who because it's private until it showcases itself. Because it hasn't gone to 3,500. They're willing to spend up to 3,500. So every time you would bid anyway, what it would do is it would probably just say you need to bid higher, or they would outbid you. And my system has decided that it doesn't want to waste time. Yeah. Yeah, it should outbid, right? So I think my system is deciding that it doesn't want to waste bids. So I think it should. Wow. Okay, so it says there is no proxy run. 2 at $40, proxy max. Okay, so top bid $40 by Northern Fly. So you have a proxy max. Northern has a proxy max of 40 right now. We're checking right now. Confirm. No auction on the site currently has a top bid anywhere close to $3,500. Has anybody done a $3,500 bid that's live right now watching? You can let me know. The browser is showing an old snapshot of an auction page from a different state. The page they're looking at had a top bid of $3,500 in cash. Tell the bidder to hard refresh the auction page. Command Shift R and pull down twice on the mobile Safari. If you're mobile, pull down a couple times. If you're not, do a Command Shift refresh or close the tab and reopen SABET.com. So I think it's cached in your browser. Try doing that and see if that helps you. But there is no $3,500 proxy bid. There's a $40 max right now. I love Claude. He's my best friend. Instagram family, come to SABET.com. Let me know if the refresh worked for you. All right, so we got all sorts of little characters here. The one we're missing is a little tiger, my Fuku tiger. I don't like that line. Doesn't need that line, I think. Yeah, it's funny how like simple little things like that can bug me. A little line for that mouth area. This is Fuku tiger. Fuku tiger. I have two tigers. I have Fuku tiger. I had already refreshed and I'm seeing what it should be. Like a hard refresh. So you're back to still seeing 3,500? Yeah, the auto bid isn't working, huh? So maybe the auto bid isn't working. Let's see if we can fix this bug. So Ash has a proxy bid right now, but it's not working. Is that what you're saying, Ash? By the way, you guys can change your usernames in the settings. These weird names that my system gives you might not be something you like. You can change it. I'm having the system audit itself right now. Sorry for all the trouble. This is, the second time I'm doing a live. And there's going to be bugs. What did I miss? I had to re-sign in. You didn't miss much, Ash. I just was checking to see what happened. Why did you have to re-sign in? Did you get kicked out? Okay, found a real bug. Let me fix it and ship. The audit also surfaced a bug worth fixing even if it isn't the exact cause of the 3500. All right, so we found a bug. We're fixing now. Cool thing is that the live is still happening. Yeah, so this is something that I didn't expect. 2 weeks ago, when I started to build SABET.com, I brought Mojizu back. That was a great experience to learn on how to program and set up sites like this. Again, being a designer for 20 years, I did have a decent background and designing my own sites and structures. I built this entire site without any kind of sitemap, just kind of off the top of my head, knowing all the stuff I wanted. No, it's not a platform for other artists at all. I built this from scratch for myself. The live is going to last for another hour and a half, probably maybe an hour. Ash is the bug is being worked on. So, but I have a lot of artist friends that want this platform. I've been thinking about doing a white label version of it, secretly called Project Wonderland. But honestly, I think it would be very lucrative probably as a business as well. But I don't know if I'm ready to be a founder of another company again, and it might derail me from my art, and I'd rather spend my time being an artist than a founder, CEO of a SaaS company. Could probably make a lot of money though. Like 1,000 artists at $60 a month. The site, I mean, the hosting fees and stuff is already beyond a couple of $100 a month right now. So it is a premium site. The other thing is that there's not a lot of artists that kind of operate the way I do. Um, it does require a certain type of I don't know how to explain it. I don't think most artists are as active as I am. I'm painting, I'm showing live, I'm talking to people, I'm creating websites, I'm um, thinking about ideas on how to make it more fun to collect, like doing these live auctions or the mystery machine. If you guys ever participated in the mystery machine, uh, I can hand them this entire system, um, which would be um, fairly easy to do to open it up to them. But I don't know how many of them would actually use all the different things that I have. I have 5 or 6 different types of drop functionality on the site. There's the auctions and the flash sales, and there's so many different ways. And I don't know if they would really appreciate everything that this thing has. So it's very, very tailored to the way I function. Would I use AI in my work? During the NFT era, I did a couple of pieces. They turned out cool. This is early AI image generation, where I fed my art into AI, and then it gave me back a different variation of it, and then I didn't feel right about it, so I painted over it again digitally, and then I minted it and sold it as an NFT. And today, those are available as prints as well, but it doesn't really entice me. I would rather draw Batman like this than have AI draw me a perfect Batman and then me, saying that, oh, I drew Batman. No, honestly, and it would take me out of the loop, right? For design, for prepping stuff, getting ready for models, for my clothing, I have no problem using AI. But when it comes down to actual work or like slight modifications of something, um, you know, like let's say I have a piece that I did of an illustration and I wanted the piece to stay the same, but to look like it was made with, like, made out of porcelain. So, like an effect on a piece, maybe, because that thing turned out really cool. The essence of the piece was the same. Nothing had changed. It just looked like it was a porcelain lighting. So it took a 2D illustration and kind of made it semi 3D, which I really enjoyed doing. So stuff like that I might use. Yes, Arshan, I was trying to reach you. I'm glad you're here. So, what I verified is not broken. Approximately the bid history confirms that Northern auto fire to Asha, but 11 minutes later, standard proxy behavior. Smart bid computer page. Sorry. Tell the bidder to hard refresh and try again. The floor will read 45. Can you guys just everybody hard refresh and try again? It should read $40 for Northern and 45 for is the next bid. I think it should all work now. Arshan, this what we're doing right now on SABET.com is that I'm painting this thing live. We're doing a $5 increments on the auction, and the auction is at $40. And once I'm done with this piece, I'm gonna print it out and hand embellish it, and that'll be the piece that I'll be sending to people. So, and again, we try to keep it at a fun bidding price. We're trying to fix a little issue that was happening with the bidding. all the bugs should be fixed now. So yeah, the thing you see with the heart on it that says live auction, that's actually the auction that you're bidding on, and then the image will change once I'm done with this piece. I'm gonna update it with a new painting, with this final painting. Maybe painting Pearl Jam rocker in front of a change my name. Let's see, Okay, Mars Martin. Martin, I see you. Okay. Very cool. And the auction is at $40, and Martin is the leader. So Martin, you're the leader in the auction right now. And I think everything is corrected now. So all right. Let's go ahead and add some color to our drawing because we only have an hour. I need more blue. Yeah, I really love this kind of like loose hand-drawn vibe. It really does something for me. I'm going to go back to layers and I want to fill this area up too. Oops, not with that. I want to match the line work. Thank you. It was northern. So Martin, I think you're the leading bid right now. So if you try to bid Martin now, does it still tell you 3,500 or is that corrected? So it's working. Okay, good. Ash. Oh, really? Goldie? Yeah, I just bought it from TikTok. I bought this hat. It's pretty hilarious. Come to SABET.com. I'm live painting here and having fun discussions. Somebody read my hat. I don't know if you guys can read it. It's pretty funny. I had to buy it. That's the kind of sounds chickens make, I guess. All right, what's going on? There we go. All right. So how long ever this lasts, and if I finish it, I finish it. If not, it's gonna be whatever is finished. So it might be unfinished. Who knows? But we're gonna try to finish. We know that. Oops. You know, I must really love doing this stuff because after packing and shipping 30 boxes today, I definitely could just be sitting somewhere, vegging out and watching TV. But I'd rather do this. It's a lot more fun. Yeah, isn't that funny? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say my hat, but it's hilarious. I had to buy it. Messi looks like a zombie. Let's see if I can blend this. There's a blender here. I'm not a big fan of blended looks. I'm not doing that. Where is everybody located? I'm in Southern California. Whoever's on Instagram watching, please come to SABET.com. You can watch the actual live where I'm painting. And you can still stare at my face. Not that you would want to. I want to choose this. This is better. Plain halftones. I'm kind of racing against the clock, so. Delaware. Very nice. I've never been. I'm sure it's nice. Let's make her hair. She's supposed to be brunette, but alright. No, she's a redhead. Let's make her a little bit more brunette. I don't even know what, I mean, my wife's hair is brunette, but I don't know what that color is. Is it brunette? Brown? Brunette. Such a strange word. It's kind of brunette. like ginger, yeah, like brownish red, kind of. Art display like this says the days of Bob Ross painted on PBS. Yeah, let's do some happy trees. Mine just look like angry, angry little characters. So, yeah, I used to do quite a bit of this over the years. I think if you go to YouTube, you'll probably see a lot of this stuff from back in the day. Sometimes I would sit and talk to myself, and there was nobody there to even watch. So, I've paid my dues over the years. That's for sure. But even if I had one person here, that'd be great enough for me. Because a couple nights ago, me and Arshan made friends, and now he's here tonight, and now he's an art collector. He got his first piece. I'm not sure, Arshan, have you ever done anything else? Have I ever worked off psychedelics? A little bit of microdosing on a little bit, here and there. I have some chocolate or whatever, but I like it. I really do. I think it's healing. Psilocybin is definitely healing. But I was introduced to it very recently, like maybe only 2 years ago. It really definitely it helped. It helped a lot with like like panic and getting over some of the craziness that we came out of from the NFT era. Because we came out, we were, when I say we, it's like me and my friends kind of had the same similar experiences, which was our dopamine levels were cranked up so high every day for over 2 years that when it just all died, we were left with trying to figure out what we were going to do with our life. And it was almost like coming off of real hard drugs, and I've never done any hard drugs in my life or alcohol. So my friend who had done drugs, he told me that this was NFTs was worse than effects of cocaine for him. I wouldn't know, but I know it was pretty rough coming off of it. Because what you guys don't understand, it's not like we were just selling art. It was there was only a few of us that were doing that well. So even the ones that were just doing moderately okay, I think felt it when it was gone. But yeah, we like imagine, I don't know if you guys know Shopify or any kind of app you have that gives you that ding 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 like you're making a sale. So imagine like making a sale like 24/7, like ding 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 all day long for 2 years straight. It was wild. And so those really rock your dopamine levels, because every ding is some sort of dopamine hit, and we had it all day long. I'm going to take this call. I'll be right back, guys. I'm sure it was an up and one of a kind experience. This will be my first piece of photography. Oh, that's awesome. It was Ash. It was definitely like a crazy, crazy experience. It was crazy at the end. I still got a little crash. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, if you were doing live chats on Twitter, if you were also doing the lives and the clubhouse days, and whew, you know, or even if you were like buying and selling, you know, like you would buy and the buying was kind of a high for a lot of people, and then it would pump, and then they would sell. That was a whole nother game too. I never really got into the aspect of uh, the speculative kind of situation with it. I just didn't have the time or the energy for it. But you know, there's a movie called Minted. I think it's called Minted. It's on Amazon. I actually have some friends in that movie because the world was not that big, so we kind of know, all of us know each other. Um, yeah, if you get a chance, take a look at that. It was fairly well done. Kind of, they did a great job. But it's hard to kind of get that feeling across. That you know when they say you've made it kind of feeling. Like we really felt like we'd made it. It was cool. What I wanted back as intensely as it was, probably not. I think what it taught me was that I want to build a real business around my art that's sustainable. That's not based on some hype situation. Yeah, my friend still blames me for a lot of, doesn't blame me. He jokingly blames me because for buying all the apes and all of that stuff. Yeah, I had a few apes as well. It was fun. The cool thing about me was that I had the apes and I was able to use it to sell variations of my own ape derivatives. So when you own an ape, you can use it to do ape derivatives. I feel like I need more colors. Let's do some orange. Yeah, and I wonder what the AI community is like. I'm not in any AI community, but you know, you guys are experiencing this website right now as something that wouldn't have been possible for me a year ago. I mean, if I wanted to build a website like this a year ago or 2 years ago, it probably would cost me a good, you know, maybe $500,000 in 6 months to a year to plan. I mean, there's over 1,000 features on this website. And other than today's bug, it's been fairly smooth overall, you know? The live feature is probably the craziest part. It's not the craziest part. There's a lot of crazy parts on the site. But what I'm saying is like more elements that could go wrong because it's happening live. Yeah. So Yeah, so it's definitely interesting. So I don't know what could happen, you know, going from this point on. This content is right on my alley. What do you mean 2 weeks of worth? What does that mean? Arshan, I'm not understanding. Let's go with some lighter blues. Messi is definitely a zombie. Isn't he too old to be playing anyway? I feel like he's been playing for the past 20, 30 years. Here we do as Messi zombie. What's going to be less quality, like the AI, um, like the AI that we're using is going to be less quality? Like you think they're giving us the best right now, and then they're going to just keep cutting it down, and we have to pay more for it once we're hooked on it? Arshan, yeah, I guess he's been playing for that's a long time to play, and what a blessing to be able to play sports that long. I don't know how long the average lifespan of somebody who's playing professional soccer is. I have had a couple of friends in professional football, and I think theirs is a lot shorter. So 20 years is pretty incredible. Good for him. So the final print of this piece is going to be 13 inch by 19 inches, or 19 inches by 13 inches. It's really nice being able to just do kind of a loose drawing like this. How long do we have? We have 56 minutes before the auction goes, and somebody's going to win this for $45 right now, or $40 currently. That's a great deal. And I'll never probably print this again. That's his body. Okay. Sometimes I forget what I drew. During the pandemic, I did a kids class where I was teaching kids how to draw these characters. That was fun. It's called Pixel Pop Academy. If you guys got kids and you want access to all the lessons, just message me on SABET.com and I'll send you guys a free access. Yeah, LeBron looks like he's 100. He's been at it for a long time. Do people like LeBron? I feel like there's a lot of people who don't like LeBron. I'm not sure what's going on in Instagram. From coding point of view, the AI learns from other code. As for code is my... So it'll be recycling the same code. Yeah, so I can't, you're saying that it can't improve itself? Because it's learning from old stuff? That makes sense. All right. We're starting to get somewhere. Let's see. How much time do I have? 52 minutes. So what do you guys think of, have you been to Kazam? Yeah, we used to do events there. I think I did, one of my friends is a ex-saxophone player for the Pink Floyd, and I think we did a collaboration there once. Kazam is nice. It's pretty incredible back then. AI is not agenic. Southern Crane. I think I think you're way smarter than I am. I don't even know what that means. Um, that's pretty intense. It's probably a really simple concept too. I'm just not getting it. So I should have probably started with a 19 by 13 inch canvas. I'm not sure what the size of this canvas is. So there might be a situation where some of this stuff gets a little cropped. Oh, it's opening in Atlanta. It's going to be a lot nicer than the one we have here, I promise, because this one was pretty dated. I didn't know they had that kind of money, because here it just didn't seem. It seemed a little dated, you know. Mhm. All right. Okay, guys, 48 minutes to put your bids in. Um, Instagram, folks, there's 6 people on Instagram. If you guys are interested in seeing what I'm painting, come to SABET.com on your phones. If not, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, this app definitely makes me draw differently. I got a watch collaboration today with a company named Nuncier, so I'm going to have my own watches pretty soon. Some middle end ones, around the $500 to $1,000 range watches, and then some that are going to be in the $15,000 to $20,000 range, more high precious material, and also hand painted faces. So I'm getting hand painted faces sent to me right now, and I have to learn how to paint like micro. I've never done that before. I think I'm probably going to need a magnifying glass and some really, really, really fine brushes and paints. That's going to be interesting. But yeah, with a really cool watch company, talked to the CEO today, and we're going to do a great little collaboration. I'm doing the collaboration with
Pixel Pop, the SABET ladies, and Tokyo Punks. So all my different IPs. I think it's going to be really cool. I love watches, so. I just dropped my watch. I hope it's not broken. Yeah, it's still ticking. The name of the watch brand is Nuncier. 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 They're out of Bahrain. And the founder CEO was in the States. So we got a chance to talk for a couple hours today and come up with a plan. So I wanted like a nice collection. I wanted a nice yeah. They'll definitely have art inside on the face. So there'll be ones that are already going to be printed, layered, structured, and then there's going to be, he's sending me 10 faces to do like the super high end ones where I'm actually sitting there and painting under a magnifying glass, probably, most likely. Never done that before, but I told him I'll learn. I'll probably watch some YouTube videos and learn how people paint watch faces. So yeah, and then I told him I want to do the straps too. So if I'm going to do like the character stuff, like Pixel Pop and Tokyo Punks and stuff, I do want them to have like matching bands. So maybe it's just Stitch Bunny, like, you know, like on the dial with a simple background, but then the craziness is on the band, or there's a crazy face with a simple band. But it's going to be a complete collaboration. I told them I didn't want to do just like one watch, so it's going to be multiple watches across multiple IPs that I have. And they're not a huge company. They're big enough to, you know, for me to be talking to the CEO and having those decision making capabilities with him. A lot of the big brands like Mont Blanc and stuff that I worked with, it's like you kind of never get anywhere because they're so big. You're basically buried under talking to a bunch of different people from marketing and waiting on permissions and things like that. With product opportunities like this, where you're talking to the CEO or owner, there's a lot of creative freedom. And because they're smaller, you know that they're good people, you know, not necessarily good people, but typically smaller companies aren't as evil as bigger companies. Oh, you have to make the watches first and see what the cost of those things would be. Um, but yeah, I think the lowest cost ones they have is $500-600. I'm guessing I would probably have to pay for my own ones too. But you know, I probably will do like affordable auctions if there is samples and giveaways once we do it, for sure. Why not? If they give me a couple of samples to give away to get everybody excited, that'd be great.
he showed me some new watches that they're dropping, which I liked because the face is bigger. I like a big face on a watch. And then Pixel Pop, the Stitch Bunny and stuff. I've been waiting to get into Hot Topic, so we've been pitching Hot Topic with an agency. I'm just waiting for that. With Tokyo Punks, I have a puzzle, like a 3D wooden puzzle that got published, so that's going to be in stores soon. So I do quite a bit of activity around licensing my work for good products. All right. Yeah, it'll be really cool. So now that we're pretty much done with the piece, I'm gonna see if I can upload it into, let's see. No. How do we do this? How do we do this? It's weird. Nope. Call this Dreamer's Dream. So let's go ahead and update the auction. Auctions. So now if you refresh, you can see. Just 1 second, I gotta save it. Okay. So now if you refresh, you should see the final painting in the auction window. You like it, Marshawn? Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna do a few Stitch Money ones. Like hand-drawn looking ones, maybe some different versions of it. I think it'll be really cool. So we got 34 minutes, and the Dreamers piece is now live. You can see the updated version in the auction piece. Yes, they were called Noon watches, and then I think they got some funding and all sorts of stuff. So they changed their name. The final piece, I think, once I print this, by the way, guys, some of this might get cut off. So whoever wins, just remember that some of this might get cut off. I'm prepping the print right now. Let's see how much of it gets cut off. Or I can do it like I can do it so at least the good parts aren't cut off for sure. Maybe a little bit of the monkey on the left-hand side gets cut off. I don't mind. It'll look good. I'd rather do a full page bleed than try to save that left side. Okay. All right, so that's getting ready to be printed, and we got 31 minutes. Maybe I can are Ash and Martin is still here. What will the physical size is going to be 19 inches by 13 inches. I have a high quality sheet clay printer here, so we're gonna print it and see what that looks like. It's kind of the same size as the $3,800 pieces that are auctioning off at $2 a piece or $1 a piece at daily. So yeah, how did you guys feel about this experience? I know there was a little bit of bugs and stuff. It was so multiple purchases. I'm not charging shipping on the auctions right now, so I haven't added shipping onto auctions these days, just because it's a beginning right now. So if you do win the multiple auctions, there is no fee for. Even if you win it at $2, I'm not charging shipping right now. The system, the shipment fees are, if you like buy one of the cards for $900, you'll get a $50 charge for shipping for locally, and international, I think it's $85. But if you're gonna win the auctions right now, I'm not charging shipping. Peaceful Warrior, that original is definitely worth looking at. If you guys are looking at pieces, the thing is 22 by 30 inches. It's an original hand painted from scratch, the one on top. The reserve for that I think is 800. Usually goes past the reserve. Oh, that's great. That makes me happy, Martin. There's I used to do a lot of these more often, but there's something to be said about how amazing it is to be on my own platform. You know, having you guys here and having so much abilities to add different things to it, like the live auctions and everything else. Yeah, so all the ones you're bidding on are 13 by 19 inches. Or is that you bidding on them, or is it? I think it's somebody else. Let me see. No, it's you. You're bidding on that one. Oh, Quiet Swift is bidding on the other two. That's Robert. Robert is building a pretty nice collection here. I use velvet fine art paper for the ones that are here. Yeah. So I use velvet fine art paper, and then after it's printed, and I hand embellish sign, and usually comes with a hand signed and embellished little postcard as well. I'll be able to show you guys the physical right now. At least the base of it before I start doodling on it again. I wish the people on Instagram would come over to SABET.com. A lot of them are just watching. There we go. So here's a piece. It's very like it's got this like pastel kind of colors. The way it turned out. I like it. I'm gonna be hand embellishing this and signing it so it becomes a mixed media original. Add a layer of ink and some color as well. So that's the piece, the base piece right now. And I'll be fixing that up. Excited to draw on it, and get it ready to go. And that'll be that. That'll be the only one probably in existence for a while. I might do like a big size, a big version or something if I ever do a show. But no more at 13 inch by 19 inch. That'll be a true 101. I had a blast with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, and also it was truly wonderful being able to share that process and some stories with everybody. I'll do it more often as time goes on. It's definitely a really nice ecosystem to be here. For those of you who are on Instagram right now, there's a live event and a live auction happening right now. You guys can come to sabet.com, my last name.com, sign in or register, and you can hang out, chat, and bid on the piece that's live right now. We're 9 shy collectors of 500 collectors on the site in 14 days. That's pretty incredible. "21 minutes, guys." I have Quiet Swift winning the bid right now. These pieces typically, on a good day, they go for like $3,800. But again, I've been just doing these $1 auctions on these pieces to get people excited to come to the site, to be able to get all my collectors here over time. Um, so it's truly a labor of love right now. $20. This is exciting. Yeah, like, I mean, just when I see the collector's map and all the little signals from all around the world, it's incredible. Martin, has it already been swiped? It's only at $80 right now. I'm not sure if that's within your budget or not, but that's usually. I'll do more of these. I think that's the whole goal, is to do more of these and make sure that everybody gets an opportunity. So the Peaceful Warrior piece, I think. Let me see what my reserve is on that, because that thing is super detailed. I think I have a higher reserve on that than normal. No, actually, I think it's a normal reserve of drops. Yeah, the reserve on Peaceful Warrior is $800 right now. There's no reason why it's. I don't know if I should be showing the reserve. Is it more helpful, guys, if I show the reserve, or the site by default doesn't show the reserve? Would it be better, or is it more fun not knowing what the reserve is? Instagram, hi guys. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. I'm live on SABET.com with my art actually was being worked on. How'd you get the idea of the certificates for each piece? I think that certifying each piece was important to me, and because I have such a large amount of work that's out there, it was very hard for me over the past 10, 15 years to certify every piece or create a certificate of authenticity for each piece. But once I was able to automate the system, it was fairly easy. But also coming from the NFT world and having my artwork being certified by it being on the blockchain, it was just an easy automatic decision to make sure that it was available. Also, there's a lot of my collectors over the past 10, 15 years that never got a certificate of authenticity, and now they can come and certify it automatically on the website. I think the reserve is there for the artist to get the minimal value, right? Like if I don't have a reserve, like I don't on these mixed media editions, I don't have a reserve on them. So the other day, one of them sold for $1, and I'm okay with that because there's a purpose for it. There is going to be a time where there's not going to be a reserve on these pieces. There is going to be a reserve on them. and the prices are going to start going back to like normal pricing of, those pieces are all, they have to be over $2,000 a piece, but people are getting them for $200, $300 right now. And sometimes they might not get enough bids and it'll go for $1. I'm okay with that right now, as the site builds momentum and I get more users and collectors on the site. But it's really there to protect at least the minimal value that I would be letting the piece go for. So, you know, the piece Peaceful Warrior is a $12,000 piece. It's an original 22-inch by 33-inch piece with a minimal $800 reserve. Yeah. So, based on the fact that I'm doing a lot of promotions, getting people on the website, it's really a great place to, it's a great time for both of us, for me as an artist and the collector, to be able to get a great deal for something that's actually already has a value. It's not like I'm trying to build my value back in the art world. I already know that I can get more for the pieces, but my first place here is to start bringing my collectors onto my platform rather than selling on Instagram or at my shows or events. So I'm okay with letting some pieces go at a decent price for the next month or two. I think it's a win-win situation for everybody to be able to be here and have an opportunity to have a piece that maybe they would never have before. Same with the cards, like 900 is the minimal right now, but I actually kind of started with around 700 3 months ago. So those cards could possibly get up to 6,000 or 7,000 a piece at some point as the audience grows for that part of my that's new to me, right? It's a 3 month. I think I started doing cards in December. I have some cards that I've done in the past, collaboration with V-Friends. I did a whole collaboration with V-Friends I think I did 20 cards with V-Friends. And then I did 99 cards with Cryptozoic. I think I did Adventure Time cards. And one of my collectors, Mac, he actually got, I think 4 of those 99 on eBay just recently and grabbed them. I don't think they sold them for that expensive either. I think he bought them for like $150 a piece on eBay. But I did those 15 years ago. It's been a long time. $13 guys, and we're at $90. Martin, thank you so much. I wasn't sure where this was going to land. Still a great price if it closes at that. Yes, the shipping is worldwide. Saudi is totally fine. I personally ship everything myself, so I make sure it happens. Hi Rio. Good to see you here, my friend. Yeah, so I do worldwide shipping. I don't have any limitations because these pieces are actually coming from my hands, from my studio. Nothing is getting manufactured or made for me, and there's no limitations. I just turned 50 years old, Astrid. So Instagram folks, if you want to come and join in on the fun, come to SABET.com, create a account so you can get notified for different things that happen. Absolutely, Astrid. 52 in August, huh? That's awesome, Arsha. Yeah, I don't feel too different. I think I need to just start working out a little bit harder. Yeah, so the reason why I'm live on Instagram is to invite people over to SABET.com. That's why you're looking at my face. But if you want to see art, please come to SABET.com. 10 minutes, guys. Astrid is asking, what is my job? My job is I'm an artist, and it's also my dream. You can see my account. Or come to SABET.com. You can see the work. Mm. So let's see. This piece is done. This is another piece that's actually it's happening right now. It's on the homepage. I think this one I did. I'm doing 10 of these, so this is number 5. Number 5, I think. So this one's going out today. So there's only 5 of those left to do. And I try to send out like a little mini postcard with every order as well, like this. And I draw on the back, or I doodle on the back, or I sign the back, depending on what it's for. All right, 9 minutes going. Weird top bid is $100 right now by Quiet Swifty. I think Quiet Swifty has a couple of bids up. I'm so glad you did, Arshan. It makes me so happy that you like it here. And if you have any ideas that make it more fun, this is more about like selling art is more about audience and community first. It really is. And then it's about educating the audience and community on like how I do things and how I've been doing things for so long. And then it comes to like making it fun for people to collect, like this, like a live piece like this, or the auctions, or without all this stuff, it just becomes a little shop, and you're constantly spinning your wheels. Hey, where'd my camera decided to shift focus? Let's see. Thanks, Astrid. You too. Let's see. Hmm. You guys see all those boxes behind me? That's all the boxes that need to get packed tonight for tomorrow's delivery. That's 6 minutes on the clock. I don't think I already printed those, right? Just doing some housekeeping here. Let's see where we're at. Martin is at 105. So there is an anti-snipe feature on this, Martin, just so you know, which if last second somebody comes, 120 seconds get added to the auction. That way it doesn't get sniped. There's always somebody's just basically got to, I think, stop bidding for it to stop. So 4-Day Dreams. Four minutes left. We're at 105. Martin in the lead. I hope you get it too, Martin. Blue Brain. Three minutes, guys. Hey, Lauren, how are you? Good to see you here. Martin, I don't know if you've ever seen, I have a little cool gadget here and that comes up like once a week. It's called the Mystery Machine, where there's two items hidden under $100 bid, $100 pull. It's like a little vending machine. Two items under 100, at 100, two items at 250, two items at 500, two items at 1,000. And you don't know what you're getting until you pull it and you pay for it. That's been really fun. But what I try to do is that I make sure that there is an original underneath each one. So it's something created by hand. And that's been really, really fun to be able to like surprise people with these unique items too. They're not just like normal paintings, like straight paint. Some of them are, but they're like different types of paintings that you wouldn't suspect of me doing. What was I gonna do? 43 seconds. $34. Hi Samjan, how are you? Good to see you. امیدوارم خوب باشی. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. Martin, I think you won. There it is. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad you won. Congrats, everybody. Thank you so much. Let's do a refresh. And I should be getting notified that you won. Yeah, it'll say it's a 101 on the back when I sign it. It's a mixed media original, but yeah, it's definitely, this one will be a 101 at this size. So you won, man. Congrats. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for being here, everybody. Do you think the price is unfair for it? No, it's not unfair. I think it's great to be able to do this for people. How do I get a signed or drawn piece by you, Mr. Sabet? I'm a big fan. Just come to SABET.com. I do daily auctions. I do live auctions like today, and you can get something that's affordable. Yeah. So that's that. Thank you, guys. I think I'm going to go hang out with family. It's midnight, and I'll probably see you guys again soon. Thanks, Martin. Thank you. Arshan, thank you so much for sticking it out all this whole time. I don't know how long that was. That was 2.5 hours, I think. A lot of fun. I appreciate you. Till next time. 3 a.m. Yeah, it's midnight, so you're on the East Coast. Peace, guys. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you.